So today we're going to multiply two integers. Are you ready? Here we go. So let's start with some problem solving. The temperature for the day increased 5 degrees. This happened 3 times in that day. What is the total increase of temperature? Important word, increase, all right? We know increase is a positive going up. And how many times did it happen? 3 times, I underline that. And what is being asked? The total increase of temperature. So let's visualize this with the number line. First, it went up by 5 degrees. That's one time. But there's a second time and there's a third time, right? So the total increase is what now? What can you read? Multiplication or add it individually? How many increments? And that's 15 going up. So let's write an equation for this. That becomes positive 5. And because it's 3 times 3 is equal to 15. We know that because ever since we're little kids, when we started math, we've been dealing with positive numbers. Definitely, the answer is positive. Now, let's do the opposite. The temperature for the day dropped now because of the word drop. Okay, it's gonna be downward. This happened 3 times again in that day. What is the total drop of temperature? Let's visualize that. -5, another set of -5, and another set of -5. A total decrease of -15. Now let's write it as an equation. So that's going to be -5 times 3. Why not negative? Because there's only 3 times, right? It's positive 3 times. And the answer is definitely negative. Okay? Based on those examples, we will now discover a rule, all right, in multiplying two integers, not three, not four, just two integers. So let's start with positive 5 times positive 3 is a positive 15, and negative 5 times positive 3 is a negative 15. We've learned that through the examples. Now, if I reverse the signs, it doesn't matter, right? You get the positive and you get the negative, right? Because 5 times of a negative, you're still on the negative zone. So it's still a negative 15. Okay, we're okay with that. But if for a negative times a negative, this is like the opposite of a negative number, right? The negative of a negative number becomes a positive number, right? So now, let's make some conclusions. What do you do if, let's look at the first examples, the examples in blue. What did we do with the absolute values, with the number itself? The 5 and the 3 becomes a 15, yes. The 5 and the 3 becomes a 15. Okay, just multiply them, right? But look, everything is as a 15, 15, 15. The problem is identifying the sign. Will it be a negative? Will it be a positive? Now, check this out. How did you determine the sign of the product? Yes, same signs here, same signs, a positive and a positive, a negative and a negative will always be a positive. Same signs, positive. But if they have different sign, one is negative, one is a positive, positive and a negative, they have different sign, one is positive, one is a negative, the answer is always a negative. Now, did you get it? Again, let's write it down. Another example. These have the same signs and this has different signs. Again, what do you say? 8 times 4, simply multiply them. Yes. But same signs, positive. Same signs again, positive, right? But here we have different sign. One is negative and positive. There you go. Different sign, negative. So that's the only thing you remember. Okay, now try this one. Mentally think of the answer. Ready? Here we go. Different sign, negative. Same sign, positive. Different sign, negative. Same signs. Yes, if it has no sign, it is a positive, is 27. Positive 27. Now, let's summarize this. I always teach my students, your hands tells you the rules, okay? Think of the palm as the positive, and the opposite of your hand is the negative, all right? Positive, negative. Check this out. Same signs, it's always positive, all right? Now, if I have different, signs, different signs, different signs, it's always negative. Now, let's practice this mentally. Okay, I have some examples for you. Okay, answer it first mentally, and then let's see if you get it right. Correct. The first one is 30. Next is 36. Same sign, positive. I have different sign, therefore negative. Negative 42. Yes, different sign, negative. Positive 40, 36, because they have the same signs. And the last one is negative 30. Good. So remember, that rule only works for two integers. Now, the challenge is, what if there are 3 or 4 or more factors? Challenge questions. Okay, these are the challenge questions. Let me just give you the first, a few examples, and then answer the rest on your own. Okay, so the rule, some kids might say, oh, they're all the same signs, therefore it is a positive 3 times 3, 9 times 3, 27. Okay, if you wrote 27, you are incorrect. Remember, the rule only works for two integers. Therefore, let me work on these two first. Let me work on these two first. A negative 3 times a negative 3 gives me a positive 9. Right? Positive 9. Now I can multiply my positive 9 with my negative 3. I can now multiply it with my negative 3. Yes, the answer is 27. Yes, the answer is 27. But now, what? They have different signs. And what did we learn? Different signs, negative. So the answer is negative 27. Okay, got it right? Let me give you another example. Oh, this is a tricky one. Negative, 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 negative. Ooh. But they're all 1. So 1 multiplied by itself is, I know the answer is 1. But how will I know if it's positive or negative? Check this out. A negative and a negative will become a positive. You know that. Same signs, positive. So every pair will result to a positive. Okay, but there's an extra one. All these positive times positive times positive will all be positive, but every time there's an extra one, an odd one, okay, that becomes different sign, because all of this is positive times a negative, different sign, therefore negative 1. All right? Now, figure out the others, and once you're ready, let's check out the answers. We know that answer, 32 negative, correct? 240. Okay, the fourth one means negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Negative 8. Now, this is a pair and another pair. Positive 1. We got the negative 1. So, do I need to write it down, all of these exponents? That's a lot of ones. You don't need to. Remember your knowledge of number 5 and number 6. Correct. The even one gets a positive 1, and the odd exponent gets a negative 1, only if the base is 1. Good job. So now you know how to multiply integers. Same signs, positive. Different signs, negative. Good job.